Can you solo in New World Aeternum? The short answer is yes. The entire leveling experience from level 1 to level 70, the entirety of the map, 100% of the main story, 100% of all of the side quests in the game can be completed solo. That represents in between 250 to 300 hours of gameplay if you are a new player who is coming into this game fresh from scratch. You're not being power leveled, you don't have any twinked gear, you're just doing it from the get-go. Absolutely, the entire game is built around the single player solo experience. Now, it is at its core a live service online game that offers co-op and multiplayer. So we're on the beach here, new character, and all around us you'll see other players. We can run up here. These are all other people doing the same quests that we're doing, and if you wanted to, you could group up with those people. So for example, if you're someone who plays with your siblings or your significant other or your kids or your grandkids or your nieces and nephews, you can absolutely play this game together as a team, but you can also play it entirely solo, which is what I've done for the bulk of the time that I've played New World Aeternum. Now, I actually played this game back when it first launched on the PC, when it was just called New World several years ago. It was a much different experience back then, and I actually think that the reason a lot of people may have questions about can you solo in this game is because I think they're remembering the way the game was when it first launched. Because back then, while you could solo, it was a lot more challenging. And there were a lot more group-based activities. But these days, the entirety of the game is soloable, and the only group-based content that exists is the optional group content, which we'll talk about a little bit more in this video. But every single one of the I hate to say classes, but that's the easiest way to explain them for people who have never played this game before. The easiest way to think about the classes or the weapon types, which is what you're going to see here, is that all of these represent your essentially your stances, your archetypes, your class builds. All of these are equally soloable throughout the game. The only thing that changes is the amount of DPS you do or the amount of tankiness that you might have. So for example, if you're running a sword and shield build, you're more than likely going to be wearing heavy armor, so you're going to be trading off agility on the field in exchange for mitigation and heavy armor, and you won't be able to move around that fast, but you won't need to because you'll just be soaking up all the damage. Whereas if you're playing, like what I'm playing with this particular character, this is a mage build, I'm going to be relying upon being agile, being able to duck and tumble around the battlefield like so, and getting out of danger's way because I'm squishy and I don't want to get hit. So everything can solo in this game. Every single weapon type is equally viable. It's just how you play each different type factors in. You have heavy armor, medium armor, light armor. The heavier the armor they wear, you literally can't duck and tumble if you're wearing heavy armor. There's a weight thing that kicks in, so it's like you can wear all light pieces and one medium piece and still be able to do this. But the moment you put on two medium pieces, you no longer can tumble. You'll just be kind of jumping to the side. And then if you have heavy armor, it's more of just I'm going to step to the side. So that's something to keep in mind. Beyond that, the way to look at this is, as we can see here, we're on a beach. If we open up the menu, you'll notice that we're over here. When you start the game, there are many different types of beaches that you will start on. It's random. All of the beaches start off in a similar environment. You'll be talking to this NPC. He's going to lead you to another NPC. You're going to go to a camp. You're going to learn how to craft a campfire. You're going to learn how to make camps. You're going to learn how to make skinning knives and all your harvesting tools, make your first set of armor, all those different types of things. That is something that every player goes through, and whether or not you choose to run around and do these quests by yourself or with other people is entirely up to you. But where the group play comes into play, if I can say that 5 times fast, is if you go up here into the activities section. This is where you're going to find all of the group-based stuff. All of this content right here is specifically designed around group-based activities. You have your expeditions, which are the dungeons with up to 4 players. You have Capture the Flag, which is PvP. You have 3v3 versus Arena, which is PvP. You have Outpost Rush, which is PvP. Then there's Mutated Expeditions, which are a little more challenging. You have Elite Trials, which is a raid group. You have Seasonal Trials, which is a raid group. Soul Trials, which is additional random stuff, and then the brand new content that just came with the Nighthaven DLC, which is Catacombs, which are a maximum of 3 players, and these are PvE content. So some of these are like this is a PvE. The expeditions are all PvE. Trials are PvE. All the raids are PvE. The other stuff, like the 3v3 Arena, Outpost Rush, and Capture the Flag, those are the PvP activities. All of the other stuff is PvE or player versus environment. The entirety of the map, as an FYI, I keep hitting the wrong button there. The entirety of the island is made up of player versus environment. So there is no PvP unless you choose to participate in PvP. You can flag your character as PvP, but you don't have to participate in the PvP if you don't want to. I never have. I have several hundred hours in this game. I have never once participated in PvP, nor do you have to. That's entirely up to you. But if you want to, it's there. That's an optional group-based activity for people who want to dive into that later on after you've finished the game. Now, the New World Aeternum experience is made up of the base game and 3 DLCs, the most recent of which just dropped during Season 10 in October of 2025, which is the Nighthaven DLC. And if you level from start to finish, just doing storyline, the main story of the game, you're looking at roughly 100 hours of main storyline from start to finish, assuming you don't skip any dialogue, you don't skip any cutscenes, you're taking your time, you're not rushing, and then outside of that, you have side quests. There's roughly another 100 to 150 hours of side quests in the game as well. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. All of it is fully voiced. There's cutscenes throughout. There's lots and lots and lots to explore. As you can see, it is a very, very, very big map. We started off in this tiny little region right here of Fury Bay. And then from here, we are within this Windsward area, which is level 1 to 17. There's another one over here called Monarch's Bluff. You can start over on the other beach over there. And then from here, you can see on the map, these are branched off into levels. So we have Everfall is level 1 to 25, Brightwood is 26 to 35, Weaver's Fen is 30 to 40. All of these have different levels, and you will be exploring the totality of this entire map as you level up through the main storyline. And with each one of these zones, you're going to find side quests and side content to explore as you go through. On top of that, you have all of the crafting and harvesting, which is an optional thing that you don't have to get into if you don't want to, but that's where we get into the all of this stuff, where you can go, do logging, mining, fishing, harvesting, tracking, skinning. You can play music in this game. There's the riding skill. There's races that you can do when you get your mounts. There's also all the PvP stuff, which is not, like I said, I don't participate in that. And then outside of that, there's also achievements which you can pursue, and then there is the seasonal content as well, which I don't have access to with this character because he's brand new and you have to level up a little bit. Then there's housing, and if you get into the housing side of the game, that's all about you can craft your own furniture, you can buy furniture from other places. There's a lot of different places that you can buy houses, different styles in each one of the main cities. The short version is that there, as I said at the very beginning of this video, there is easily 250 to 300 hours of solo content in this game just doing storyline and like the dungeons, the catacombs and stuff. And then if you want to get into harvesting and crafting, you can add in another 100 hours easily, plus all of the other group-based activities if you want to go down the route of, raids and stuff. So if you've ever played a live service game in the past, like maybe Star Wars: Yoda Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, Guild Wars 1 or 2, EverQuest 1 or 2, World of Warcraft, those kind of games, Final Fantasy 14, this is very similar in the scope of that. All of those games feature single-player storylines at the core of the game. Around that is an extra layer, which is icing on the cake, which is all of that group-based activity stuff. Generally speaking, that is stuff that you can do once you've finished leveling up your character, and then you can start participating in that. So yeah, that is the short version. You can absolutely solo in New World Aeternum. The whole game is designed around you having a single-player adventure, and I hope you go out there and enjoy it because it is a lot of fun. If you want more of this, more guides and etc., just check the playlist down below. I do play a lot of games. This is the day job, so hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and happy gaming, everybody.